Okay, so we're about to do the second part of our lesson problem set 74. We're gonna do problems 21, 22, 25, and 26. They're here on the board and I'm gonna go through them with you. And then I'm gonna have a shorter video after this one, a part 2, and it'll explain problem 27 and help you out with that. I'll show you how to graph it and so on. But right now we're just gonna do problem 21. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I hope you've already done your speed drills. Problem 21, we need to write the prime factorization of the numerator and denominator of 18 over 30 and then reduce the fraction, okay? So we have our fraction set up here. We've got 18 as the numerator, 30 as our denominator. So we're gonna go ahead and take our 18 and then we're gonna set up our division problem. Now I've already written it all out and you can pause the video whenever you want so to build it up as you go. So we've got 18, we made it our dividend, and then we made the smallest prime number that can go into 18, which is 2. We've made that our divisor, okay? So we went ahead and divided that. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Then we went ahead and found the smallest prime number that goes into 9, which in this case is 3, okay? Then we divided that, which gives us the answer 3. And the smallest prime number that goes into 3 is the number itself, 3. So you got 1, okay? So this is the prime factorization 2, 3, and 3 for the numerator 18. And then we go on and we do the same thing with the denominator 30, okay? We make the 30 the dividend. Our smallest prime number will be 2. So that is our divisor. We go ahead and divide it, which gives us the answer 15. Then we divide 15 by the smallest prime number that goes into it, which is 5. Okay, so we take it, we divide 15 by 5, which gives us our answer 3. And then the smallest prime number that goes into 3 is 3. Okay, so this is a prime factorization of 32, 5, and 3. And then we go ahead and write it out in fraction form. So for the numerator, 18 is represented by 2 times 3 times 3. And we got that from here, from these divisors. Okay, so 2 times 3 times 3. And then for our 30 is represented by 2 times 5 times 3. So this is the first part of the answer. 2 times 3 times 3 and 2 times 5 times 3. Okay? So go make sure you have this written. Make sure this is part of your final answer. Okay? Then after that, we've been asked to reduce the fraction, okay? So we go ahead and divide. So 2 goes into 2 one time evenly, so we can cross those out. And then 3 goes into 3 one time evenly, so we can cross those out. And then all we're left with is 3 over 5. And then that is the reduced fraction there. So it's a two-part answer. Make sure you've written this part and the second part, 3 over 5, down as your final answer, okay? As you probably noticed, I'm not going to do all the odd numbers in this one. I'm going to do the ones that I think you need most help in. And so I jumped over to this one. Most of you probably can do this on your own, but I just wanted to show you real quick, wanted to make sure you did it right. We've got the same numbers here. Let me just double check. Numbers 18 and 30, right? We're looking for the greatest common factor between 18 and 30. So I've written out all the factors to 18. If you're missing any of these factors for 18 or 30, make sure you have them. Our first one is obviously 1, and then 2, and 3, 6, 9, and 18. So I've listed out all the factors for 18. Then I did the same for 30. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30, okay? And then obviously we're looking for the greatest common factor, which in this case is 6, okay? And then we'll hop over to this one. I'm gonna stand over here. The question is, if B equals 8 and H equals 6, then what does BH over 2 equal? So I've set up the problem here. We have B equals 8, H equals 6. Now, whenever the letters are right next to each other, that represents a multiplication operation, okay? And we've studied that in class, but I just wanted to remind you. So we've taken 8 times 6 over 2, and 8 times 6 is 48, and then we divide 48 by 2, which gives us our final answer, 24. You guys probably had that one. It's really pretty simple. All right, we're gonna jump over to this one. I wasn't here with you guys. You guys went over this in lesson 72 and 73, and we're not used to doing the prime factorization tree. I usually have you guys do your prime factorizations, stacking them up like this. But this is what they're asking for in number 26. They want the prime factorization of 400 using a factor tree. So this is the way I've broken it up. There's different ways of breaking it up. Like you read in your book here in lesson 64, it explains how to do that. But this is the way we're gonna do it here. So if you want, just go ahead and copy this down. So 400, all right, 40 times 10 equals 400, and then it keeps getting broken down until you're left with the prime numbers. So for the first set, you have 40 times 10, and then 10 gets broken down, 2 times 5 equals 10. And then the 40 gets broken down, 8 times 5 equals 40. And the 5 can't be broken down anymore because it's a prime number. So we go on to the 8. We take 8, 4 times 2 equals 8. The 2 can't be broken down anymore because it's a prime number. So we go ahead and we go to the 4, and then we've got 2 times 2, okay? And this is your factor tree, so go ahead and write that down. Now, they're asking at the end, let me see here, to write the prime factorization using 400 using exponents, okay? And I want to explain that right here. So we'll hop over here. I wrote this out, stacking it like we usually do, but I can show you here as well. So here you see the first two, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 prime numbers, okay? We've got the 4 prime numbers here, and then we've got another set of prime numbers right here, the 5, okay? What we're doing here, we're gonna write it as exponents. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, we're gonna represent that by writing 400 equals 2 to the 4th power, okay? So we write it like that. And then the 5, we're gonna represent it by putting a 2, okay? And that's the exponent. That's how we're going to represent it in problem number 26. You could do it this way as well. You see the same thing, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and 5 times 5, okay? And that's it for problem number 26. Make sure you guys do all the work in problem set 74. You should have all 30 problems all done. A lot of you guys commented on the video, on the last video, asking for help, and that's awesome. You guys can comment on the video. Several of you called me, and that's totally fine, but we just want to help out as much as we can. All right, great job.